Maybe you guys didn't hear me when I said this the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or even the fourth time, but I'm gonna say it again. The Miami Heat are a resilient team. I do not care what lead you have against them. When it gets to that fourth quarter, you better outplay them. The Heat were playing terrible. Only one person was shooting over 50% from the field at the end of the half, and that was Dragic. Everybody else was not playing well. Meanwhile, the Celtics, they were shooting over 60% from the field as a team. They were up by as much as 17. They went into halftime, I believe, up 13. When I saw that they were up 13 and they were shooting 60% and we were barely, as a team, we were shooting like 37%, I looked at them and said, the Celtics are in trouble. I did not panic. I did not waver. I was not fearful at all. Because this Miami Heat team has shown us that no lead is safe when you're facing them. When we were down by 13, went into halftime, I was out there tweeting on the Miami Heat page. I was saying that I love the intensity the defensive intensity that we were seeing from the Miami Heat to end the half. If you watch the final minute of the game, you would see that Miami started to get their defense going. They were making a couple stops, and they were being consistent on offense and more disciplined. I believe that the Heat were going to bring that into the second half. And here we go. Erik Spoelstra. He needs to be in serious consideration for a top 5 coach. He's got to be a top 5 coach. Because every time his team has needed to make an adjustment against an opponent, they go into the locker room halftime. He comes out, they make those adjustments, and they find a way to win the game. That is a great coach. Give Spoelstra his credit. I said at halftime, Spoelstra needs to make the adjustments. They need to be better defensively. They need to be more focused. They need to be aggressive. They need to stick to their man, which is what they did in the second half. Offensively, they needed to be much more disciplined because I saw a lot of empty drives out there. They went out there, they were so much better offensively in the second half and much more disciplined. I was telling everybody, watch the third quarter. We may be down double digits, but watch the third quarter. Watch how this Miami Heat team comes out of the locker room and watch how they play. And guess what? Not only do they they completely destroyed that 13-point lead the Celtics had. They actually end the quarter up 7. So you went into halftime down 13, you end the third quarter up 7. And in the fourth quarter, there was a back and forth affair, but Miami Heat, the Miami Heat have shown us they can close games. Something they weren't able to do in the regular season, they have done it time and time again in the postseason. They know how to close games. They know how to show up down the stretch. They close games. This is a great team right here. 10-1 in the postseason. It's something special going on in Miami. This is a very talented group. This is a very disciplined group. They play together. They don't care who shows up. Speaking of that, usually you would expect Jimmy Butler to show up, but again, with the Miami Heat, they don't care who shows up in the clutch. And today, the man who showed up in the clutch, Goran Dragic, the Dragon, he showed up in the clutch. He was not shooting the ball relatively well in the first half, but in the second half, he found his rhythm. And in the fourth quarter, he was hitting clutch threes. He was making plays. He was doing everything down the stretch. Give him credit. Defensively, everybody was focused. Everybody was disciplined. Everybody was following their man. When you look at the Celtics side, Kemba was on fire. Kemba couldn't miss. Kemba was doing everything in his power to save this team. Jason Tatum was trying to do his thing. Jaylen Brown, he also was trying to save the team late in the game with a couple threes. He was doing his thing as well. But overall, when you look at this team, they don't know how to match the intensity of the Miami Heat. I keep telling people, the only way you're going to beat this Heat squad is if you outplay them in the fourth quarter. Watch the fourth quarter. I don't care what the lead is. Watch the fourth quarter and watch how the Miami Heat play. If you want to beat this Heat team, you have to outplay them for 48 minutes. And you especially have to outplay them in the fourth quarter. If you cannot do that, you're not beating them. Simple as that. The Celtics couldn't do it. And now they're down 0-2. Fantastic job by this Miami Heat squad. Gotta give credit to Tyler Hero. Gotta give credit to Duncan Robinson, who started off 3 for 3. He was on fire and then just disappeared throughout the game, but it's fine. Shout out to Crowder. Shout out to Bam, who found his offense in the second half. He was missing a lot of shots. He found his offense in the second half. Shout out to Jimmy Butler. Shout out to Higgy. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Spoelstra. Shout out to the entire Miami Heat team. Because once again, they come out and they do their thing. They are resilient. They will play tough. They will make adjustments. They will outplay you. And now they're up 2-0. 2 more wins and they're getting into the finals. But you can't think about that. Game 3, we're down 0-2. We're not up 2-0. We're down 0-2 against the Celtics. That's the mentality they've had the entire postseason. That's the mentality they're going to keep. So game 3, we better go out there and play like we're down 0-2 when we need to get back in this series. I love what I saw from the Heat today. It's gotten to a point in this postseason where I'm not worried how much they're down for in the second or in the third quarter. They can go in the fourth quarter down 20. I still have confidence they're going to outplay their opponents in the fourth quarter because they've done it time and time and time again. No double-digit lead is safe against the Miami Heat, and they continue to show that. What a resilient performance by this group. I love this squad. They continue to impress. They continue to do their thing. This is something special, man. This is reminding me of the run that the 04 Pistons made, man. This Heat team, they're not afraid of the moment. They're not afraid of an opponent. They believe they can outplay you for 48 minutes. And they will continue to outplay you for 48 minutes. And the best part is, when you look at how they played, they have yet to put together a truly complete game. They have not played well for 48 straight minutes. They've had moments. But for a full 48 straight minutes, they have not played well. Jimmy has talked about that several times. They have not played well for a full game. They have not played their style of basketball for a full 48 minutes. That's why you see them consistently get down in leads. There are times where they're not playing their game, and it causes them to be down by double digits. But at the end of the day, they're going to find their rhythm. They're going to play their game. They're going to outplay their opponent, and they're going to find a way to win the game. So great job. I love everything I saw tonight by the Heat. Continue to play like this. Great adjustments by Spoelstra. I'm loving this Heat team, man. On to Game 3. We're down 0-2 heading into Game 3. We got to keep that mentality. So that's all I got. I love what I saw from the Heat. And I'm out of here. Peace. Go Heat!